This is Chapter 7 of Hack the Law of Attraction, the Quantum Code to the Mastermind System. Title of the chapter, The One Thing That Will Make the System Work in Hyperdrive. This one action will do you more good than the whole system combined. The following process will supercharge your mind to hack the law of attraction to work for you, not against you. When used, the following processes will also hypercharge the system's effectiveness. I promise you will intensify your efforts, and the forces of the universe will surrender to your most significant vision of self. What is it? Please consider the following parameters before I mention these things to you. Otherwise, none of it will work. First, understand that you are where you are experiencing what you are experiencing because you are making and creating it to happen. Maybe not consciously, but can you accept that maybe you are doing it unconsciously? That in itself will make a significant difference. Accepting at least the possibility will help you create constructive interference to dissipate or weaken your inexorable patterns of thinking, whether consciously or subconsciously. But to do that, you must laser cut through old thinking patterns so the new predominant patterns you desire to establish can do the work. Think of it like this. If you have a home with a yard, you know you must maintain it. You must trim, mow, edge, weed kill, and fertilize. You also must regularly water if you are to have a beautiful yard. This is what the system does for you. But if you're consciously aware you are behind and far from being in the place you desire, for you know you have much needed mental surgery, then you would accept the following concept. First, think about the one area of your life you desire to be drastically different. It could be your health, since you have been experiencing severe illness and disease. It could be your romantic relationships. Are they a roller coaster of negative emotions or non-existent? Do you struggle to keep someone? And maybe you feel like you exert yourself for the other because you are afraid of the worst case where they leave you? Are you always suspicious and fearful of unfaithfulness? Or is it your finances? Does it seem like a struggle to make ends meet? Does it seem challenging to make a modicum of money to care for your life in dignity? Does it seem like money or prosperity is this ephemeral concept that always seems to cause distress? The fact is, you have a mindset that it is probably a yard with no grass, but weed infested with dead patches and dead grass. You need new sod to replace whatever growth you have allowed in your yard. This is because entropy causes chaos. It is designed to decompose and destroy things literally. Life needs maintenance. Therefore, at first, you must cut away, kill, and root out all patterns of thinking, keeping you where you don't want to be. Your weed-infested mind is preventing you from having a beautiful green yard. If you attempt to patch and add a piece of new sod here and there, the weeds in your yard will overtake it. Remember, different frequencies cannot reside under the same space. If your mind is predominantly weeds, most likely your environment is the same. So if you only read now and then, if you only listen to training when you feel like it, if you do not build the relationships that will support you, if you do not sacrifice the money and time necessary to learn from books, audiobooks, podcasts, mentors, and coaches, then I guarantee you will just be patching the weed-infested soil of your mind. You know this is common sense. You understand that this is how it works. You know you cannot build a new house on top of a ruined, abandoned, and condemned home. You know that. But when people learn about the law of attraction or read books on success philosophy, this absolutely escapes their minds. They deny it. They say it is not their fault and that they are victims. They even begin to create scenarios where they believe some nefarious individuals planting weeds in their garden. They may say, I'll wait until the very same people that planted weeds in the garden come back and pull them since they did it. You know that would never happen, even if that were true. You know for a fact that it will never happen. You know you are responsible for ensuring your garden is nourished. And you also know that you must first go out in your yard and pull out all the weeds, or at least most of them. You may spray a weed killer and then pull out the dead stuff before you replant for new growth. So it does not matter who you blame for the weeds in your life. What matters is that you know you must pull them out. Another illustration you must consider is that if an individual is morbidly obese and at risk of heart disease, liver disease, and diabetes, then you know that individual is in dire need of a lifestyle change. You know the quality of their life is suffering, and they will end up paying the price with more pain and even premature death if nothing changes. Drastic changes must take place. Drastic protocols must be implemented right away, and these protocols will demand time, energy, and resources to change the current state of affairs. You know if the individual wants a new, opulent garden, having a bed of infested weeds will not help. You know if that obese individuals to survive catastrophic consequences, they have to change their thinking patterns. You also know that if such individual desires to come to a place where they are at least healthy and fit, much energy, time, and resources must be implemented. In the same manner, as you stand right now reading this book, there is something that you desperately desire. May you have a situation causing you much pain and distress and are eager to find solutions. You have read books on success philosophy or the law of attraction, but you understand that something is missing. You know this knowledge works for others and may wonder why it is not working for you. Most likely, it is your financial situation. Maybe you are tired of the rat race and are exhausted as you realize you are working paycheck to paycheck as you attempt to make ends meet. Maybe you are a young person confused about what it takes to be successful and the prospect of sacrificing your youth to make other people rich as you hold on to a job is depressing. Maybe you saw what the rat race and the traditional educational system did to your parents, and you desire something better. It could be that your romantic relationships never work the way you intend them to. Maybe you are jumping from relationship to relationship, always suspect about whether this time will be the one to finally work for you. Perhaps you are tired of always feeling vulnerable to unfaithfulness. It could be that you are financially successful and have a business. You also have a home with a family, but somehow you feel uneasy, like there should be more to life, and you feel generally unfulfilled and unhappy. Maybe you feel unchallenged. It does not matter what you think is the one thing that will make it better for you. What matters is that you accept that your current pain, created by experiencing the lack of what you desire, has a solution you are unaware of, but has already been solved by infinite intelligence as a potential of experience in the quantum field. This is worth repeating. It does not matter what you think is the one thing that will make it better for you. What matters is that you accept that your current pain, created by experiencing the lack of what you desire, has a solution you are unaware of, but has already been solved by infinite intelligence as a potential of experience in the quantum field. Your job is to learn to activate that solution by having it reach critical mass so that it manifests into your reality. What you must realize is that the following principles are the foundation for your desires to come true. Remember, everything is energy, and for anything to have meaning or definitions, opposite meanings and opposite definitions must exist or be present in your awareness. Your desire cannot exist without the context of the concept of pain or suffering you are currently experiencing. And accepting that it is something that is part of you, without blaming others, is the foundation for real change. This means that the foundation for concepts to exist as energy is that their opposite concept has to exist as energy simultaneously. This means the second you become aware of a positive or negative experience, that thought creates the opposite energy to exist along the same contrasting energy. If you desire wealth and prosperity, it is because your energy creates lack and poverty. If you desire health and fitness, it is because your energy creates sickness and lethargy. If you desire a loving and fulfilling relationship, it is because your energy is creating a relationship of chaos and frustration. In fact, the polar opposite of what you desire must show up before you experience the desired result. For also, in fact, you could not experience it if it didn't. This is the reason why people who experience what they desire all the time seem not to appreciate it. This is why individuals who always get all the beautiful relationships but ends up cheating on them and seems to be a jerk, it is because their experience is on autopilot. They do not have a contrasting experience of not having a beautiful relationship, craving their attention. Therefore, they do not care. They are not afraid to be alone. In fact, they appreciate and love being alone and do not feel empty because they are not receiving attention or validation from outside sources. They feel already validated and appreciated by themselves, and no outside influence can take that away. They don't have an idolatrous relationship with women or men. They don't think they are less than if they don't have that present experience. They are not afraid to be cheated on or deceived, for they believe, if it were the case, that it would be advantageous to know as soon as possible, for it will be their time that will matter the most. This is why they have the experience of having fun, loving, romantic relationships on autopilot. They say, good riddance. Next. The wealthy individual who says a Ferrari or a Bugatti is just a car and probably has a garage full of exotics does not care about money but the experience that money can give them. It is why money and monetary abundance are drawn to them on autopilot. They also have a business and a mansion. They have the luxury of experience, not because they worship money, but because they have mastered money. They do not have an idolatrous relationship with the symbol of money, but they understand it is they who are valuable. They understood their ability to make themselves valuable and resourceful to solve other people's problems in the market. It opens them to opportunities to have the flow of money for a meaningful experience. They don't see exchanging money as losing money, nor do they try to hoard it. They invest it in themselves and by appreciating assets that enhance their experience and free up their time for meaningful experiences. They master money and use it as a tool to be better and to experience better. They don't see it as a tragedy if they lose it all through personal error. They don't believe that they can't have it again, nor do they think it is all lost. They see it as an opportunity to be better. They use all failure as a launching pad. It refines them and allows the experience to teach them. They take inventory of the valuable lessons and move on. That is not to say they don't experience disappointment or pain, but they don't take it personally. They use self-awareness to see what they did wrong and come out better on the other side of the experience. They appreciate the adventure and experience. This is not to say that there are individuals who will sacrifice principles of good to present a front who become wealthy. Individuals using deceit or schemes to scam people are someone who will pay the price in the long run anyway. They are acting on fear, lack integrity, and do not understand the principles of entropy and creation. It is a fake and unstable front founded on weakness and fear. So whatever you are dealing with that is causing pain or misery, please examine the parameters of physics, as these may define the energy of your broadcasting coded outputs of vibration. For example, if you are stuck in a rat race, you need to ask what exactly you did or failed to do that created the situation. Yes, your error may be one of omission, like failing to exercise regularly, which leads to a rapidly deteriorating body as you age. Just like that front yard that is perfect, and then you forgot to keep up with the maintenance, and thus it ended up becoming dry, patchy, and full of weeds. Here's another excellent example. If a homeowner stopped washing the dishes and made it a habit to procrastinate, letting such a situation reach critical mass could lead to a home infested with nasty bugs or pests. Whatever it is you desire to change the most, the first step and most crucial step, if you want to change it, is to, number one, acknowledge that you created it, and the universe is just showing you an unresolved part of self for lack of integral thinking. It is your vibration. It is your thoughts, words, and actions. It could also be your lack of thoughts, words, and actions. It is entropy, having filled the unused space in your mind. There may be a myriad of circumstances and parameters that will cause your pain and suffering, but you are not powerless to take the matter into your own hands and solve your challenges. You now have infinite intelligence at your disposal to help you. You can now broadcast your intention, ask for solutions, and have it help you become aware of what in your thinking or lack of thinking is causing your challenge. For that reason, this is the solution and part of the one thing that will hypercharge the system and your ability to hack the law of attraction to work for you. It's number 2. Pray, command, and demand the knowledge in this system be fully integrated into your mind and being. It is now your time to have self-honesty and integrity. You are now in a pattern, and your energy is hypnotized to head in a direction. This is why it is hard to change. It is because you create a gravitational field leading you in the direction that the law of magnetic hypnotism has cemented. You have literally created inexorable agents that are hard to change. They prevent you from changing your mind and moving in the direction you desire to move forward. The velocity of the energy you created that is cemented and put in place by the law of attraction is literally working against you. You have a massive ball of negative energy creating destructive dissonance when you attempt to meekly broadcast a desire. This creation of yours dissipates it. It makes you feel bad and forces you to become more aware of the energy working against you, creating what you do not want to happen. As you are forced to focus on it, you then begin to add more energy to it. You make the negative more inexorable and solid. You are literally resisting the good that is supposed to come in. You then begin to create the experienced reality, seeing and feeling that life and things are not working for you. You start to feel like life is working against you and making you experience what you don't want more strongly. You feel the feelings of fear and frustration deeper. Remember, for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. And since you push against your already well-groomed established patterns, that energy pushes back strongly. This is why you must have a system to support your thinking patterns. Tesla aptly describes it with precise detail. He said that inexorable agents will resist the force of new knowledge until time gradually modifies human thought. The force of time is the same as the force of magnetic rhythm. Time allows the frequency to vibrate and reach critical mass. You must create gravitational fields via neural pathways with coded truth in your mind. The quantum code for life's principles for success is a high-frequency generating codex of knowledge. They have massive power. It is why less than 4% of the world's population controls over 95% of its resources. It is like a shuttle that uses massive amounts of fuel and power for liftoff. But once it reaches the point where the gravity of Earth weakens, the shuttle can then easily navigate space beyond the atmosphere. It is like when a massive airplane has to generate huge amounts of momentum to lift off. But once the plane is high enough, it can safely glide through the air with minimal effort. This is what the system will do for you. At first, you will begin to read books and listen to the training. You will pray and set the intention to receive understanding and discernment, to have these codes fully integrated into your knowledge bank. You will filter your relationships and develop new friendships. You will attend conferences and attend high-frequency meetings with like-minded people going in the same direction as you. You will care to watch your words and thoughts and use positive recognition and appreciation for others. You will see yourself tire. You will rinse and repeat these processes day after day. And for a long time, you will experience zero to minimal results or changes. It is said that a bamboo tree grows 90 feet in 5 weeks. In fact, a seed is planted, watered, and fertilized for months and years. Then suddenly it will spring 90 feet in a short time, 5 weeks or so. This illustration teaches you how manifestation works and how you hack the law of attraction to work ultimately for you. In essence, this is how life works and how your life fluctuates between life's manifestations. Prayer speeds the process. It hacks the process of breaking the inexorable agents that prevent you from changing. Prayer connects you to the field of infinite intelligence. This action empowers and propels you forward. It will help you build more constructive, resonating thoughts to support your operating thinking systems and your dreams and goals. At the same time, it takes focus and energy to use destructive dissonance to erode the negative thinking patterns that are ingrained in you. But you must become a relentless machine of learning and integrating this knowledge. This is especially true if you are ultra low frequency and realize you need drastic mental surgery to upgrade your thinking patterns. You will sacrifice and invest time, energy, and money to engage in this system. You will feel frustrated because you can see others putting less effort and seemingly getting there faster. Thousands of experience will discourage you, and you will feel like it is all a scam or that something is wrong with you for not seeing the desired results. Do not beat yourself up. It is normal. The universe is supposed to give you contrasting feelings, wear you out, and make you feel like you will never have what you desire. This idea could be describing your experience on a deep level, and you may be saying, yes, that's me right now. What is happening is that what you desire can only be experienced as you are being launched from the other end of its defined reality spectrum. The energy and feelings experienced on one side of the spectrum of experience will give you a massive contrasting experience once you progressively reach your destination on the other side of the spectrum of that experience. Your progress will elevate your feelings and thoughts until your final vision, when you finally feel the ecstasy of saying, I am finally here, and open up all your presence from anticipation. You will then reach the phase of conflict resolution. It is when you reach the level of no experience, and now you are living gratification until you do not. Yes, the energy will settle, and either entropy will force fear on the space you have allowed to settle, or you will fill that space with a higher vision. This is because as you fulfill your biggest dreams, as they progressively reach critical mass and come to fruition in your reality, a massive vacuum will be left open, ready to be filled by you with a bigger dream or a new decision. If you decide to leave it open, the vacuum will be overtaken by entropy and cause mass failure in your life by filling it with negative energy. It will fill your mind and experience with negativity, and you will be left wondering what you did wrong. In fact, your failure is one of omission and idleness. Nature hates both empty vacuums and idleness. Life will literally force a subconscious reaction for the energy to be moved. It will use discomfort, disease, suffering, or even pain. Ultimately, it will use death to make you pay the price. Read Chapter 4 in Blueprint for Immortality, the Quantum Code for Life Secrets to Success for more clarity on this idea. If you are engaged in the system, you will surely get your vision. But before you get there, you will see yourself defining an even grander vision. The fact is that this system is the one thing that will save time, energy, and money. Not engaging in a system of support is what is costing you more time, energy, and money. These systems will propel you forward more than anything else. And it is not using just one part of the system or attempting to alternate between them. This system is something you must live, eat, and breathe. All of it must be integrated into your daily life. Your mission must be to support your mind with these hyper-focused activities. It will save your mind from having to do search runs for mindless entertainment or activities. You will instead use entertainment as a break and an intermission from the process. Remember when we discussed the most effective way to travel from New York to Tokyo by boarding a flight plan to get there? Your dreams and desired destination call for energy intensify. You need lots of force to push your mass to accelerate and reach your destination. And like that airplane, this system gives you the fastest, more efficient way to get there. Not using this system is making you waste time, energy, and resources. Not using this system is the equivalent of attempting to walk the distance. Essentially impossible. This system lets you hack the law of attraction. The system enables you to hack all the laws of physics to help you harness the law of attraction. It allows you to accept life as it is currently presented as the launch pad for what you desire. The system is the launching pad, the rocket, the fuel, the engineers, the physicists, the funding, and everything else needed before launch. It is what is required for successful liftoff. You must build it and then fuel it. Then you must successfully launch it. It has been said that if you aim for the moon and miss, you might end up among the stars. Maybe, but either way, you will need a rocket with a launching pad.